back to Babble On. We are the podcast that we are watching and reacting to and discussing and breaking down Babble On 5. I'm Jetty. I've watched the show many times. Big fan.
I'm Jen. I'm a screenwriter and a showrunner, and I watched the show a long time ago and forgot a lot of things, and it's all starting to come back.
We have a new guest with us this week.
Oh, hi. I'm Ian. I'm a drawer person and love Babble On 5.
I am Gus. I'm an actor, first-time watcher, having a great time.
I'm Allie, and I've never heard of television.
Yeah, she just got out of a bunker.
I know. So this must have
Really
been
excited to figure out what this is all about. Really excited to watch Friends for the first time.
It was the dawn of the streaming age. 4 friends, bound by a shared love of stories, embark on a journey to a legendary space station. 2 veterans of the ancient television wars, revisiting a familiar battlefield. 2 newcomers, eager to explore its mysteries and unravel its secrets. Their mission? To boldly go where many have gone before. This is the story of Babble On. The year is 2025. The place, wherever you get your podcasts.
We just watched Signs and Portents, which, as Gus said, because he cheated by owning the DVDs before we started our podcast.
He cheated.
On the thing.
It's
cheated. On the thing.
He completely cheated. Wow,
He's
everyone
owned
boo
the
him.
DVDs for a while. I think you said you were giving them as a gift. When?
I was like 12, and my aunt gave me the first season. And I looked at it, and it says Signs and Portents.
Dang.
Yes.
You got a gift when you were 12, and you're watching it now?
I tried. I started it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Ungrateful. I'm telling Bonnie.
Wasn't
But yes,
her.
you are correct. Every season of this show has a name, and the name of this season is Signs and Portents. Jen and I were talking about this in the last episode. One of the ways JMS sold this series was by describing it as a novel for television.
Right.
Which,
yeah.
You know, I in my mind that felt like his way of trying to say it's serialized without saying it's serialized.
Yeah. He had to figure out a way to say it.
Yeah. Yes.
We're learning what TV is still.
Yes. Thoughts on this episode?
Holy shit.
This episode had everything.
It truly did.
I love genies in space. Let's go. Yes. Yes, and though I'm really fixated on this genie dude.
Fixated on the genie?
Genies. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Genies
that can fight Kosh.
In space.
Mm-hmm.
It had every cast member.
It had every no. There were at least 3 critical departures, and one more critical than others.
Well, the doctor. Well, he's
4.
He's in
five critical departures.
Okay, well, we had almost everybody, which was crazy.
We had we only didn't have Delenn. I'm sorry, Talia, Steve.
I feel like we haven't seen Delenn in a minute.
Yeah, Veer Natoth, and of course, whoever the Minbari one is.
Yeah, the most important character in the entire show. Linear.
Okay, but we had really everyone except for Dr. Steve. We had everyone but Steve. And
could have used Talia, honestly, but I understand.
And Talia, I forgot about her. Mm-hmm. I forgot about her. I'll be honest, because it's been a minute since we've seen her too.
Yes.
Oh,
sorry,
Jen, you good?
Jen, are you around?
Jen, my anxiety is going insane, Jen.
Me too.
Shadows got Jen.
The shadows got her.
Jen! No, not the shadows. Those silly shadows.
I think it was really brave of JMS to title this episode after the season when it's probably one of the least regarded episodes in the Babble On 5 canon.
How is that possible? It had everything.
I think he's messing with us.
His whole Jamisi into that.
He's screwing with us,
Okay.
Allie. I think Ian is giving us a hard time. Oh, Jen's back.
I was going to say he put his whole Jamisi into that.
I hate that. His JMC.
His JMC into that.
No, please.
Jen, you came back at the worst possible time.
I did. I came back. That was the wrong time to step back into this.
This is right up there. What was it a couple weeks ago? Laying pipe?
Laying pipe.
I forgot about laying pipe.
Yeah, Ian, welcome to the party.
No, I mean, that was the title of the first fanfic.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Ian's getting himself invited back.
Yes, for sure.
Ian's a vibe. We love Ian. No, so Jen made the mistake. What were you trying to say?
Laying
groundwork. And Jen instead goes laying pipe.
And this is 5 minutes after we talked about how things
how older people sometimes don't know.
Older people, thanks, Allie. Thanks, Allie. I heard it. It's on. It is literally posterity and recorded.
That's what you said. You're locked in now.
I'm included in older people. I'm included.
I wanted to talk about remember how television was, but now I suddenly feel like this isn't a safe space.
I'll just thank you so much, everybody. You've been so sweet. You've been so great. I'm just gonna see myself out. I can't recover. So I'm just gonna leave.
Come back.
All right. So anyway, what were we talking about? Allie, we can't hear you anymore.
I appreciate you all.
Come back. No,
I think I'm gonna just.
Please come back. That's gonna fall over. If you're not careful, that's gonna fall over.
Tell Allie I love her, even though I'm a lot older than her.
Jen loves you, even though she's got one foot in the grave.
No, Jen. Jen, no.
Because as we've mentioned a few times, and I consistently forget that there are those cough cough Charlie, I know, for example, who listen to the podcast. They don't watch along with us. They might not remember. I'm gonna just ask, can you summarize this? What happened in this episode?
I do that next week.
I know that's true, but this
I couldn't possibly tell you, but it was everything. This episode was everything to me. I may have just locked in a new way.
Okay. This is the previously where I'm not going to do anything. I was going to be very, very brief.
Yeah.
There was a genie who asked everybody what they wanted, and then he got in a fist fight with Kosh, and was still there. That's going to fall over.
Sorry, my mic is experiencing erectile dysfunction. Please continue.
The Londo got the Centauri Holy Grail. And then there was a lady who was like, "Oh, you're all gonna die." And then raiders came and stole it, and also abducted this guy. But then it turned out the guy was working with the raiders. And Ivanova got to get in her pink ship and kill people again.
Yes, which she loves to do, and we love that for her.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But at the same time, everything happened.
There was it was the most jam-packed episode I think since The Gathering.
I just kept being like, how many plots are there? There were so many. There was an H plot and a J plot and a K plot.
Delenn had a triangle on her head at one point.
She did, yeah.
Can we also just say, what a lovely cold open, the beginning with Ivanova, waking up in bed and being like,
really
shut
good.
up, computer, I hate getting up early. Completely just normal mundacity in the midst of what clearly became a very exciting episode.
She should have stayed in bed.
We started in the mundane of the bedroom, and then we ended with a couple of guys peeing. So
exactly.
It's very.
Is that how we ended in the? We ended in the open concept bathroom again?
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
they walked out and we're having the
Oh,
conversation outside of it. But yes.
We did end in the open concept bathroom. That's one of the most disturbing things about the future I've ever seen.
Open concept bathroom.
Me too.
They don't have water either.
No, it was like Sonic hand washing or something.
What is it, just like a trough?
They put their hands in something and it sterilized their hands afterwards.
Infrared.
Yeah, infrared or something.
I'm just deciding that's what it was.
They infrared everything away?
Works.
Yep. Yeah. Isn't that what they sell you for your retainers? I think it's infrared.
Could be.
You're supposed to use those only for retainers?
I just, I don't feel good about that.
This was really good. This episode was really. Did JMS write it?
Yes, I was just about to tell you. JMS wrote this. It was directed by somebody named Janet Greek.
Nice work, Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
My first indication that JMS wrote this was, apart from the fact that the title was the same, the elevator scene between Jakar and Londo, and the guy being goofy and thinking of all the things Jen tends to get very up in arms about for about 2 minutes at the beginning of these. I was like, Jen's gonna be really mad about this, and therefore
like
JMS wrote this.
Do you not like that elevator scene?
No, here's the thing. Like I know that JMS wrote this, and this is to me one of the most perfectly crafted episodes.
No,
like,
I agree.
You've got that opening mundacity scene, you've got that closing mundacity scene, you've got a shit ton of stuff that happens in the middle, and you have one comic scene with them at the elevator. I loved it. I loved it.
Says you get one funny scene.
You get one funny scene. Only one. There's nothing else funny about this at all. But it was like really, to me, it's one of those where if this is what JMS does for every episode, then I have nothing to complain about. It's only when he tries to write like other things, other kind of dialogue. Unimportant, but sounding important dialogue. But this was all like really important, relevant stuff. And it was like fun to, I love this episode. I love it. This is JMS at his finest. This is what he should be doing.
Ian said that this is not a very highly regarded episode.
I think he was fucking with us. I have a sneaking suspicion.
I think that it's threadbare and the seams are showing. I mean, to have a joke about genocide that perfectly sets up the wants of the two characters who are having the conflict when the space genie then comes and asks them, what do you want? So you already kind of have the groundwork laid.
So you agree it's a space genie?
You know what? Ian,
so you agree it's a space genie?
Yes.
I will not question the veracity of your genie accusation.
Great. And I knew I liked you.
I never thought about that though. That's really smart. I just always thought of that as a funny scene between the two of them. But you're right. This is like that scene between the two of them at the elevator. For those who weren't watching every single week, like me, for example, at the time, if you missed a couple episodes and didn't know, that scene explains their backstory. Yeah, I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
comedy can hide exposition. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly. And I'm old, and this was a time where is this the 13th episode?
13th episode, first season is like 94.
Okay, so we are at least 2 months into this show. Game of Thrones is already over.
Yeah.
Right? Like a season of like Cersei's blown up a spoiler alert. And at this point we're mid-season?
Yep.
Almost
right? And you have to remember all this stuff for 2 months plus. Hope that the show wasn't kicked around because basketball was on, which happened all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sports ball
usually
friends.
Like 3 months with all the because there would be reruns and free ends. So 3 months probably. Yeah.
It's not playing consistently during the time.
No.
And and this is the thing too, that is, I mean, this is what's so masterful about this episode for me, that we've talked about this in the past of like sometimes when JMS is getting into the exposition, it's very exposition-y. And in part, I think by this time the characters are a little more clicked in. Like he's writing them. I mean, I know he always knew who they were, but they aren't always being written really on point. And I think at this point we have, we could lose the first 12 episodes. You could start here. You really could. In some ways. I mean, we've set up a lot of things. We've really explained these characters and seen these characters and grown to like them so that we can shortcut it. But let's just pretend we were writing a movie. Like you said it halfway through, Gus. You're like, how is this only going to be one episode length? How is this going to be 45 minutes? Like, there's a lot happening. But if we were watching a feature, this would be halfway into the feature. And this is how you write a movie. So it's really, it's so well done. It was really fun.
Yeah, I thought it was
a wild pilot.
I thought it was going to be like, Star Trek often at the end of the season and sometimes in the middle would do cliffhanger episodes, part 1, part 2 episodes. And I was like, this has enough to very easily be a part 1, part 2. And yet somehow he managed to
wrap it up
really
convincingly,
really get everything important covered.
And it had everything.
Yeah. Well, speaking of both the space genies and your point about it could be a pilot, he's introducing what I assume is another major faction. Like, I could be wrong. But Kosh seemed very, very upset about Andrew Garfield being there. And I said for Charlie, just so you know, the guy who played this character looked a little bit like Andrew Garfield.
He said, they're not for you.
He said, they are not for you. Leave this place. And then apparently got in a fight. which I don't even know if Kosh won because
I don't think
the
he
guy
did.
was still there and Kosh suffered damage to his environment suit. And then I think they're the ones who blew up the Centauri cruiser at the end, based on them getting the eye. I don't know, I could be wrong.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Or they were influencing what happened. Like,
Yeah.
definitely they were influencing something because that had something to do with Londo's wish, I think.
Yeah.
That whole thing,
Yeah.
like about wanting the Empire to be great again.
You know what? It also resolves Jakar's wish because he killed a bunch of prominent Centauri. Or at least one prominent Centauri.
Oh, that's true.
So it kind of does both of them.
Well, yeah, and that might
No.
destabilize. But that might. Ian. Now, ignoring Ian, wait. I had a point.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, because I feel like maybe that might cause like succession-y things and like destabilize things in the Centauri area, and that might cause some like infighting and war and all that. And then maybe the destruction will make them a great empire again, or it won't.
Again, like a really nice piece of exposition in there with like the little bit at the beginning of like, I'm going to give this to you. You're in a higher ranking than me. I'm just an ambassador. I'm paying attention to what's going on at home. All the way up until he tells Ladira, I'm finished. I lost the eye. I'm finished. And then suddenly the eye is back in his possession. It was a really like, again, really nicely layered thing about home politics that we don't really know anything about. But I feel like I get an idea.
We also have a little bit of a to be continued with the whole, that wasn't what was going to destroy the ship thing.
Oh, the station?
Yeah. Yes.
I think I like 7 of them.
What?
There's that. There's who the hell are these guys?
There's what's with Delenn.
What's with Delenn?
Continues to be confusing.
What's with Kosh?
Are they married? We still haven't answered that question.
Where is Kath?
Where is Kath?
Kath's long gone.
Well, I miss Kath. Let's
She's
bring back
surveying
Kath.
planets.
Kath is surveying. Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Also, why does Dr. Steve still have a medical license? That's up there too.
Well, we didn't see him, so maybe he's out.
Maybe he's on probation. A little probation.
maybe.
One would hope there'd be some kind of punishment for what he did. He's like, what you went through was punishment enough. And I'm like, was it?
Right.
Why are we still letting this man practice medicine?
Here's what else. I mean, this had to be an expensive episode too. We have all of our main cast.
Expensive.
We've got a
So
shit
much
ton of
CGI.
special effects.
So
much CGI.
Yeah, that battle actually, I think they said it went through an act and a half. Like that's a lot of.
That's
CGI.
a lot of battle scene.
Yeah.
This was an impressively expensive episode.
I feel like the entire budget for the first half of this season is here.
Yeah. Again, I made a joke during.
We had a lot of contained episodes leading up to this one. So I'm like, I see why we had so many contained episodes leading up to this one.
I made a joke when we were watching. I said, "Oh, this is why we had Believers."
Right, exactly.
Believers was like the set was a curtain. The set was a curtain.
3 guys in a curtain.
Yeah.
And a ball.
And a ball.
You can do a lot with a curtain and a ball and 3 guys. Okay, you can do a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
You
they
do
did.
a lot
They
of
made you cry
storytelling.
with 3. They made you cry with that episode. So yeah.
Yeah.
They can.
I went and saw something a play one time that was all found objects, and they had a mop dog, like one of those dogs that does look like a mop. They had a mop be the dog, and it made me cry so hard. And it was like the lowest budget thing, and it was it was brilliant. It was called The Old Man and the Old Moon, I think, something. It was really good. And it no longer is running, so you all can't see it.
There are so many things we could theorize on in here. I feel like
I wanted to see if you could do some theory crafting for this or dig into this at all.
Allie, do you want to start? Because I'm still there's so much bouncing around. I'm trying to figure out what to even theory craft about. Like the thing I'm most interested about right now is I just invited Allie to start and then continued speaking.
Yeah, fuck me, I guess.
Go ahead.
Please. No, please. I was excited that you were going to let me stall. So,
one of the things I'm really interested in is Morden, the genie.
Yes, that is the important and interesting thing in this whole episode.
There were a lot of cool things that happened this episode, but that's definitely the biggest thing that happened this episode is this dude.
It looks like I'm comforted in a way that white people are the same even in space, that they're gonna fuck with genies and fairies and shit. Like, I don't know how many times I have to yell at people in TV before they listen to me about talking to genies. But don't talk to genies.
No.
Don't talk to genies. Don't talk to the fae. Just be like, I'm continuing on my way. Thank you so much. Don't let a vampire in your house.
Don't play with
they
Ouija
keep
board.
doing that.
Do not
Don't
play with
fuck
Ouija
with
board.
a
Not
Ouija
fuck with a
board.
Ouija
No.
board.
I was at like at somebody's cottage once, and they pulled out a Ouija board, and they're like, "That's fine." I'm like, "No, like, or do you believe?"
Yeah.
It's like, I don't believe in it, but I also not gonna fuck with it. Like,
Not
what
gonna
are you
fuck
doing?
with it, yeah.
No.
What are you doing? No.
Because, like, what if it's? I don't want to find out either way. I don't want to
No.
find out that that's real.
Don't
Like,
fuck
I
with any
want
of that
to.
shit.
I want to live in mystery. I want everything to be a mystery wrapped in an enigma. I never want to see a ghost.
Speaking of mysteries and enigmas, Kosh and the genie. So if Kosh, if Kosh is seemingly more of a well-intentioned, semi-deific figure, this guy seems to be the devil on the shoulder.
Right.
He's. I know
Okay,
this is
I see,
apparent
yeah.
in the episode, but I'm. The show deliberately put them in opposition to each other.
Yes.
Like when he was skulking around trying to hide from Kosh, and then he got a fight with Kosh, and Kosh told him to fuck off, and he didn't.
They are not for you.
Yeah.
Did he approach Kosh?
No, Kosh.
No,
Kosh
Kosh
was
approached him.
in a hallway, and
Yeah.
he hid. He hid
Yeah.
from Kosh the first time.
But then
Yeah.
how did he? Right, the first time he
Kosh
hid from him, and
approached
then
him at the end. Yeah.
The second time,
Okay.
Kosh approached him. Kosh must have been like, "Wait a minute, I smell sulfur."
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting. I'm just going
Or
to pull
lamp oil.
something from JMS's notes here that the genie. I'm just going to use your terminology for him.
The
He
genie.
seems like he has bad vibes, even though he did nothing. All he did was just be really nice and friendly and polite and ask people what they want.
Nice and friendly and polite. He was not giving people personal space.
Well, that was
he
true.
was. Oh, wait, I did have something to say about that. Go on, Jenny.
yeah.
Then I want to come back to that.
I was gonna say- But the opposite, like Kosh, what he's done so far in the show is traumatize Talia, stop humans from getting immortality, and just be a really bad
I stand by
diplomat.
him on that
But
one.
we-
I
killed-
stand by him on that
trust
one.
him, but we
He
fully
killed
tr-
Space
like,
Hitler.
he's
I'm
killed
going to keep
Space
calling her
Hitler.
that. I know people have
Yeah.
specific things they want. I don't
No,
care.
he's
She's Space Hitler.
Mangala. Be more specific.
Space war criminal.
Yeah,
Space
there you go.
war criminal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, Mangala was a human. All right.
Okay.
We definitely have to
It is a
split
good
hairs on our
comparison.
fascists.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. We need to be
It is
very
what our
specific.
I
fascists-
spend a lot of time thinking about.
But yeah,
Which-
Kosh, I bring that up only. I'm sorry, Ian, go ahead.
Oh no, with Kosh, all those distractions are going around, and Jen, you are right. Like Kosh makes a beeline.
Yeah.
Everyone's evacuating everything, and Kosh is just like, I know what my goal is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My goal is Mr. Genie Man.
Mr. Genie Man.
And
Yeah.
so we also, and we,
Spider-Man.
we made a point of also noticing that like he was going around to everybody asking what they want.
Yeah.
He didn't ask Kosh what he wanted.
No, he avoided
Sinclair.
Kosh.
Or Sinclair. He didn't ask Sinclair.
No human. Ask no human and ask
Right.
no Vorlon.
Right.
Yeah. Now,
Um,
what Kosh said to him at the end is, "They are not for you." So, who
Would that be the humans?
I assume it's all the lesser races, because I mean, if we're gonna, the show has done a really good job of kind of stratifying the greater races politically in terms of political power, which are the big four, and then the League of Nations, the League of Minor Worlds, which is everybody else, and then you got Kosh in the sky.
Yeah.
My read on that was mortals, I guess, like the people who live on the physical plane. Because Delenn looked at him when her triangle lit up. She got her sting in her forehead glowed blue because orcs were around. He like faded
Because orcs
into,
were around.
Oh, he faded into blackness because he's a shadow. Oh,
He's the shadows.
he faded into darkness
The
in that moment
shadows.
because he's a shadow.
He's a shadow.
Okay.
No, this episode is a bad episode, and that was just really poor lighting.
Bad
Yeah.
lighting.
Yeah.
Really bad
Yeah.
lighting.
The light went out, and they were like, "Oh, you know what? That's good. Keep that. That was cool."
No,
Yeah,
he's a
and they're
shadow.
like, we don't have the budget. We have no CG budget left to fix it.
Yeah,
So
after
no
that
fixing it in post.
battle
No
scene.
reshoots.
He's a shadow.
Yeah.
One take
The genie
only.
shadow, the shadow genie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
This
I have a
guy
question.
You were going to
bad
say
news
something
bears.
before. Yeah.
Well, two things I'm going to say. Well, one was Allie saying about them being in their personal space. It's so funny. I always
So
love to go
close.
back and watch things that are shot in 4:3.
Oh, but
And yes,
Stop it.
and Allie and Gus, you both have been actors since basically since widescreen is a little bit more standard. Back in my day when I was an actor and I was working on TV stuff, we knew we were going to be shot in 4:3. And so so
you were like in each other's personal bubbles.
Yes, the way my acting teacher put it was get your goodies together. Yes.
The
And that does mean
90s.
what you think it means. It was the 90s. But it was because you had to be right in each other's spaces to do television. And it's like this, the blocking is so uncomfortable and so weird and so awkward. But I was just like,
Well,
that's
apparently
what
they
the
had
elevator.
space for freaking Sinclair to pace around the entire room.
So funny.
That was amazing.
so
I was like,
funny.
did he start behind Garibaldi and just start walking away from
I
him?
think so.
It
I
looked
think
like
they
he walked
must.
in a full circle.
He walked in a full circle.
Because Garibaldi was to the left of him, and then at the end, Garibaldi was to the right.
Which I bet that shot slapped back then. I bet that shot was so goddamn impressive. Everyone was like,
That director was like, "Oh, let me." I mean,
let
good
me
for her. Good
just-
for her. But she was like, "Let me show you this, and we're going to
Let me
one
do a
shot.
show-off
There's
shot.
no cuts." It was basically a oneer of a scene.
She was
right?
like, I want this on my reel. I want this on my reel.
Oh, speaking of things, the Minbari installed Jeff.
Another piece of information dropped in this.
There were some
Literally
big
dropping
information
things.
drops. Yeah.
Incredible timing on that.
That was
Thank you.
very
On that.
good. Yes.
She really laid the pipe for that.
I did. You're welcome.
Yes. But yeah, no, that is another bit of information that we got. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put him
that was
in-
great. Also, not what I expected him to again, lots of this is spotty for me. And so when he was like, Garibaldi, I want you to start looking into stuff. I didn't know if we'd get anything. I was like, I think again, we're laying the pipe for some things that are going to continue to happen through many episodes. I'm going to keep saying it from here on out, guys.
It's going to be,
just
you
gonna
know what?
My
People
favorite
who
thing is
listen
that
to
we
this
primarily
podcast
write for children.
Yes. But
Yes,
I wonder
we
if
do.
this
I
is
don't
going to
get to
be
say
a
No, for kids.
people who listen to this podcast pick up and use in other contexts, like on wheel takes. People now, in regular not often, but we'll use cactus to describe things because of how that became slang in wheel takes for essay. And just imagine somebody.
And I completely forget why.
It's
You made a
because you
TikTok.
made a TikTok about it.
It's because I made a TikTok. That's right.
Yes. I was just imagining somebody using that out of context instead of saying laying groundwork, saying laying pipe. They were
Laying
like,
pipe.
what the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I thought that was great. And I was expecting the information that we got from Garibaldi to be something more along the lines of, I don't know. I just didn't expect it to be Jeff's backstory. I didn't expect it to be like, you weren't first choice for here and the Minbari had final say. Like the Minbari installed you on Babble On 5. That was not a piece of information I was expecting to get when he was like, could you just look into why I think I can remember Delenn? Like, it was really interesting. And it was because he knew that he was fighting the Minbari on the line at the time. So the fact that Delenn was there, like we knew Minbari was involved in some way. He knew that, even though he doesn't remember. Anyway, that just was not information I was expecting to get. It was really cool. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And him asking for help is some character
That was
development.
great.
Yes.
Goes back to what Garibaldi learns in his episode 2 episodes ago, the Garibaldi episode, where he was like, I gotta ask for help. I was gonna say, by the way, this also makes sense why Nights 1 and Night 2 are so into Jeff. If the Minbari specifically were like, no, Jeff's good.
Yeah, duck, duck, goose.
Yeah.
They duck, duck, goose.
Yeah.
So they got
They're all up in that Reddit thread.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh God.
Yeah, the conspiracy theorists must be going going
Yeah, man.
crazy.
Night 1, the Cheekbone Brigade. They're on
They
the
are
way.
on it. They are on it.
Yeah.
Cheekbone
yeah.
Brigade. No wonder
Yeah.
they're so freaked out by Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense now. I mean, it's not like, they're still racists, but like their racism, their like weird hatred of Jeff does now track with their
He was
racism. Because
literally
before it was
installed
like,
by
whoa,
aliens,
this is random.
Yeah. The Minbari
Yeah.
specifically put him in
Yes.
power.
It does
Yeah.
look a little suspicious if you are a horrible racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it
Now,
also shows
now that still is horrible racism.
can I qualify the racism?
Yes, you may, of course.
Oh. I'm not
Ian,
afraid to do it.
Ian, the floor is yours. Please qualify the racism.
I
Good luck.
regret speaking. No, they there's something about this show and these first handful of episodes where I think like in like a Star Trek or a Star Wars and they explore it later on, but like that humans are kind of small potatoes in things and like just the idea that like, you know, we want to build a space station, but they have to ask like the permission basically of another alien race. You know, like, is that okay if we who should run the space station? It's it just makes people not like the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that people
Yeah.
aren't the center of the universe because I think we tend to like really see ourselves that way.
Well, it goes back to something you said in the discussion of literally the first episode, Allie,
Yes.
when you were talking about humans wanting to watch human-centered shows and
Yeah.
right, totally, you know, media that's like, look at it, what humans do in space, and there's a lot of this stuff that's not that.
Yes. There are additional characters and like they really flesh out because I feel like a lot of the time you'll have like one or two that are aliens and they kind of flesh them out a little bit, but not like as much as the main cast. Like they don't feel main cast as much. You know what I mean? They feel like they're kind of there.
They get a very special episode normally.
They get, like now and then they get a special episode.
Belana Torres coming to mind first and foremost with all this. Because every time it was a Belana episode of Voyager, it was like, it's one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I feel like this show goes out of its way to do a lot more exploring of like other cultures. Now, granted, I have not watched all of Star Trek, as Gus famously likes to point out.
I'm not gonna.
But we're not gonna have that fight again.
I'm not doing it right now.
We're not gonna have that fight again.
Let's have a little shout out to Roxanne Dawson becoming a kick-ass director, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
after
Seriously.
Belana Torres,
Roxanne
like,
Dawson
leaving.
just being awesome.
Wait.
Amazing. That wasn't a diss, to be clear, on Belana.
No, of course not. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, she was like, I'm going to leave and go like do this better. I mean, you know how I love Voyager. I'm not saying anything against Voyager. I'm just saying she was like, I'm going to go take this knowledge and go. Yeah.
You have definitely not gotten to Voyager yet, Allie. You have
No,
not.
she's 4.5 seasons into Next Gen.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have this fight again.
Argument. Yeah. What was your other
I'm not
thing?
saying anything.
I have a screenwriting question for Allie. It's funny.
You have a
because
screenwriting question for me?
I do.
Ma'am.
You, my dear. And this is so, and in part because it's so ingrained in me that like, and it's so far back. And I'm curious to, like, JMS must have been so anyway, it's something we said in the 90s. And I don't know if this is like still kind of a thing. And I think it came from Robert McKee initially. And like, so I studied with like lots of different screenwriting teachers. And one of the things was, don't ask, what do you want? It's like it's a cheap way to write. Don't ask, what do you want? Like, never ask, what do you want? If you have to do that, that's like it's bad writing to say, what do you want? And I'm like, was JMS like, fuck you all? What do you want? Like, was he like, you know, and then and I think in a way it is a shortcut, like instead of like letting your actors discover that and find that. And I love that is the phrase that's just like, what do you want? And he's just like, and he won't let it go, and he won't let it go, and he keeps saying it over and over again. There's just like so many like double nuances to me about like that being the phrase that he's
My
using.
teacher used to say, my first real like writing teacher used to say that was the sign that the writer didn't know. Yes.
Exactly.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing? What are we doing? Or
why do you say that?
Or and then there was another one. There was what do we do now? There was like the three where it was like, don't ask those questions. That's super dumb. And I think that every writer in the world is a little bit of a contrarian, a little bit, and loves to be like, okay, we're not allowed to do this. but then I'm going to learn how to write really well, and then I'm going to do it anyway because I'm going to figure out how to cheat the system a little bit and make it work.
Fuck you guys.
It's an improv thing too. Of like, it's like it's cheap improv. If you say what do you want, you're putting it on your scene partner to have to answer it instead of you doing it yourself. And so it is very much that. But that is the sign of a good screenwriter, is that you can, or a good improver, is that you take the rule and then you break it and you make it really good in breaking it. But I was just like, yeah, I've been waiting for this episode to ask you that, Allie. What do you want?
Right.
My favorite opening line in an improv scene to drop is like, Sebastian, I told you never to come back to this discotheque.
Yes.
It's all right there. It's all there.
Favorite.
And he's a partner who can't
or
go
I just go, or I just go, Cheyenne, 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 and stroke an imaginary cat. Because the best thing you can do to an improviser is give them a weird name.
Mm-hmm.
And I will stand by that.
Yes.
I'm just going to dig into... Okay.
Yeah. Oops, go, please.
Okay. I just want to dig into, again, the notes. The origin of what do you want, he says, comes from encounter groups that he's run and from other kinds of group psychotherapy, such as the original Synanon, which I don't know if you know about Synanon. They're like a cult group from the 80s. And that struck me as interesting from his notes because, again, I've talked about this. JMS had a nightmare childhood. And one of the places that he went to immediately after sort of leaving home was going into a Christian commune. So he's an atheist, but he lived a bit of his life in a Christian commune that sort of turned into a kind of a cult. Towards the end.
They do that a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I do think,
and they never visit you door to door.
No. But I think for him, it honestly was a bit of a positive experience at the beginning because his home was so trash.
They tend to be at the beginning.
Yes, yeah, they do tend to be.
And they tend to call toward people who come from troubled homes.
Very much so, yes. So, but yeah, I think that question, like asking the question over and over again and never accepting the same answer twice is part of the methodology of those groups. Yeah.
Wait, we just saw a movie. What was the movie?
What, Sinners? What are you
No. Before that, we saw a movie in a theater, but it was an old movie.
The Master.
That's the one.
That's not old. It's like 20 years.
Very old.
20 years. That's most of our life.
It's not that old.
We just did the math on that movie.
What are you, 1,000? Were you a vampire?
That's not that old. We saw Vertigo. That's an old movie.
They're all old to us. Anyway,
The Master is not old. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
We have friends younger than that movie. Anyways.
Okay.
I don't even think it's that. Hold on.
Oh, God. Are we just going to turn to dust on camera?
Seriously.
That movie's 13 years old.
That's a long time.
It came out in 2012.
13 years is a long time. That's one of her entire children.
That's true. One of my children was born in 2012. That's
her
true.
entire child.
You had a point, and I derailed you. I'm sorry.
And now he's like a walking, talking human being. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were talking about
the Master.
The Master.
And there was like a whole thing. It was really interesting because I was like kind of on that guy's team up until he was like, "This can cure cancer," and then I was like, "Oh."
Okay.
I figured out where my breaking point would be.
Yeah, where the line is. Yeah.
I'm like, my breaking point is you all have to sleep with me or this cures cancer. Those are my lines where I go, I'm in a cult now. I'm going to just remove myself from this. And that's on boundaries.
Goodbye.
Yeah, anyway. But it happens. Sometimes people get into cults by accident. It does happen.
Yeah, it's true.
Not to me yet, but because of my boundaries.
Yes, Jen?
I have nothing.
Jenny, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Jen, I
Jenny.
think you're going to say something.
Please someone talk instead of me.
I was just going to say, like, this is when I read that part of his book, I was reading it thinking, I have no idea if this will make the actual edit of the podcast because I don't know how much of my life I want to expose here. But he's talking about going and living in a Christian commune. I lived in a Christian commune for a significant part of my childhood. And it was not a cult. It was just like people living in a house together. And then we all moved away when, like, at a certain point. And it was just like a nice house that we lived in. And I had like 7 moms because it was all ladies. There was not like, it was just really cool. And so when I was reading that part of the story, I was like, oh, that's nice. He got to live in a nice Christian commune. And then it got really weird at the end.
They're not all good.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, it can be a real mixed bag. Those Christian communes. There's a real mixed bag situation there.
Yeah.
You go like, oh, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution.
This
because
seems
it got
bad.
weird at the end. But like ours was like we're still friends with those people. We're still hanging, like go visit them and stuff. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
You and JMS have that in common.
Yes, we have this in common.
Except his was
There's
worse.
communes and there's communes.
There's communes.
There's religious drama and there's religious drama.
I have other religious trauma that has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with the spectrum. Yes. Those were just nice ladies that we lived in the same house. Anyway, okay.
That was the inspiration for which bit?
The what do you want?
What do you want? Okay.
Yeah, because like he won't let go of the question, and he won't he won't let you say the same answer twice. He just will keep going until he gets an answer that he feels is satisfactory.
And that was very The Master as well, which is why that came out. That was very The Master. He would like
really
ask
good
questions, and you had to like keep your eyes open the whole time.
One of the first films ever made, apparently, The Master, by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Origin of
shortly predates that footage of a train driving at
why
the
I'm being dragged for saying that half of our lives is a long time. Over like little less than half of our lives.
That is a significant. I'm not. Never mind.
Anyway, okay.
What were you doing in 2012?
I was in college,
having a baby.
Like just the beginning. That was our first year.
Oh my god,
that was our first year.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So
I would like to. Sorry, I was going to jump on the. What do you want? I loved the synergy. I loved the synergy of so many moments of this episode. So I really do enjoy writing. I like writing things that have a rhythm. I like using the same phrase. I do like using the same phrase over and over again, or using like the same response, call and response sort of situation. And I loved the synergy of Londo and Jakar in the buffoon scene. Saying both of their truths, and then at the end saying this, look what you made me do, and like turning and walking.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful, and I loved it. And we've talked before about these actors. So I just love these actors, and I love them together. But then I love the synergy of Mr. Morden asking them both, "What do you want?" and then both saying, "Like, get out of my room. I don't want anything to do with you. Go away. Okay, fine." And then like giving the whole thing and like continuing to just build. It was just like. Everything I say about JMS's writing making me crazy does not apply, and I don't take it all back because it does make me crazy.
That's what you say. You go, I don't remember saying those things.
Yeah.
I don't remember saying those things.
Just like Allie was like, I've never said a bad word about
never said about
in my life.
I've never said a bad thing about them.
You know, sorry.
That's it, I'm done.
Another thing I was going to say, while they were doing their diatribes about how they want either the Centauri to be destroyed or the Centauri to... Interesting, by the way, that Londo doesn't care about the Narns. He just wants the Centauri to be ascendant. But as they were doing their diatribes, I was like, this is weird. This feels like nobody would do this. Nobody would go on and on about this like this to a total stranger unless you're having a really horrible day. And then I'm thinking back to Delenn having the triangle appear and being like, get out of my room right the fuck now. And I'm starting to think he perhaps ensorcelled them a bit to draw that out. Especially if
ensorcelled?
What is wrong with using fun verbiage?
Thank you,
Allie. What the fuck does that mean?
What do you think it means?
I was there. I love it.
I mean, I figure it's stirring up.
Ensorcelled, sorcery.
You know what's so fun? Is I'm a writer, but I know like 9 words.
Define ensorcelled.
I believe you that that's a word.
Enchant, fascinate. Yes, it's a real word. It's an archaic verb.
It's an archaic emphasis on archaic.
I'm sorry. If the master can be old, we can say it ensorcelled.
I do have to say, I thought you made up that beautiful word, and it was very clear to me what it meant.
I knew what it meant, but I thought you invented it.
It's
I thought you were like doing a Shakespeare.
No, I read it in the book. It's a book called the Fell Sword, I think, by Miles Cameron. Uses it at least once. No, sorry, it's in the first, whatever. Yeah, it's in the book.
Okay.
But I like it. I think maybe he ensorcelled them like the guy in that very old film.
Did he ensorcell them?
He may have ensorcelled them.
Did he ensorcell them? I love words. I say words all the time people don't know. And yet you somehow take it to 10. Like, you know every archaic word. I think you just look them up when you're bored. Anyway.
Sometimes.
I know it. Anyway, keep going.
I think the two of you, Gus and Allie, you have called them like space clowns. And there is something about them that has like not something they are clowns. The bit is clowning. Getting a rise out of them is clowning. I think in one of in either the pilot or in the first episode, Jakar is like preening himself, and I think it's an acting choice that he sort of drops a little bit. Like Jakar he like sleeps around. He's treated as like a fop, and so is Londo. And they're just another example of like, in some ways, very small people with very big problems.
Yeah, that's a good way to think of it.
That's a great way to think of it.
And very big amounts of power.
And frankly, isn't that kind of real?
Yeah.
In some ways, about things, about some people. They're very small people with a lot of big problems and real power. Yeah, and you're like, oh, but they're still people.
And you don't want to find out what they really want.
No, what they really want is wild,
really dark shit,
out of pocket,
really dark shit.
Go to jail.
Do you have predictions about what will happen as a result of, I don't know?
The genie shall return.
Genies are coming back.
Genies coming back full circle.
Genies are going to be really important.
The shadows, I feel like they're going to be maybe like a main villain for a bit. At least one more episode.
I think they're a runner. I think they're around for a while.
I hope so. I really enjoyed that. I think that we're going to find out if Delenn and Sinclair are married someday.
Yeah, we need. I think the question of season.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No.
Okay, I think the question of season 1 is what happened in Jeff's 24 hours. I think because we've gotten more push on that than we have on pretty much any other major question. This season.
Okay. Also, we're going to find out if they're married when it is like the most interesting point for us to find out that whether they're married
and
or
also
not.
why they're married.
Wait.
Hold
on.
I just wanted to jump in.
Women are talking. No.
You always.
Oh, the comments. Okay.
I'm just kidding. Oh man, rip my mentions, right? Wait, guys. I just like to say that sometimes as a joke to mess with people. Anyway, because it's really funny. Anyway, to me. And it makes men really scared. So what's been fun is, I think what's going to happen is that we're going to find out when, like, okay, we're going to be like, why is Delenn there? We're going to like be answering that question. We're going to get a dramatic new reveal about Delenn. And that's the moment when it's like she looks the most suspicious. When she looks the most suspicious, we're going to find out they are married. And that's going to be a big problem.
But also why?
But also why they're married?
Why?
Because she has the hots.
No, but like why? Like why does it matter? Because right now there's no reason why that matters.
Well, because yes, that's we're gonna figure out why that matters, and then that's exactly when we're gonna find out. Like it's gonna be at the same time. They're gonna. I feel a beat drop coming where it's like meh, like that like music that they do.
You're doing a techno beat drop?
Do you know? No, but do you know where they
No. I would like you to do the entire thing with your voice. Thank you.
That's techno beat drop. Yeah. No, what I'm talking about is that like music that they do. I should just make a living doing music sound effects.
I would like you to do all of them right now.
So anyway, no, but in the show, whenever there's like a dramatic reveal, they always do that's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We're gonna get one of those.
There's another one too, though. That goes dun 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 dun. Dun, dun.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true, but that's going to be a different vibe. That's going to be this one's going to be like, and she's your wife.
Maybe it's like insurance. Like if the guy who lives in her closet is like, you got to kill him. She's like, you can't make me kill my husband.
Yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I couldn't come up with a good example of when that was going to happen, but that's exactly what I mean.
Why we're a good team.
That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. And then it's going to be like, but she's also going to look the most suspicious at that time. So that's going to be like a big problem in his brain for him.
Okay.
Love it.
That's my opinion.
I love
Love
that.
it.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the genie's gonna be like, "What do you want?"
I think Kosh is going to say some weird shit.
Cryptic Kosh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nah,
Never.
that's such a punked prediction.
Kosh will say
Parade
vision.
freeze on the mountains. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
just
The pebbles and the avalanches.
I want more Ivanova in the lady ship.
I just want more Ivanova. Just
Mm,
period.
yeah.
Jen just
Ivanova.
melted
I
about
love
Ivanova.
I love her so much.
Ivanova.
First
Yeah.
episode. I mean, first real episode when Takashima was gone, and you guys were so sad. And you were like, "Who the hell is this?" I was just like, "But
That's because
It's
everyone loves
Ivanova.
bi-coded women. Everyone loves bi-coded women. They're the best ones. No,
Yes.
straight women are fine too. And of course, lesbians
that's fine."
and trans women.
Oh,
All
yeah,
women are
All
great.
of them. Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
men are kind of cool.
I just have.
yeah. Well, yeah.
I was just feeling myself for a minute. I'm so sorry, internet comments. Like,
I think men are neat. I'm just gonna say.
they are.
I guess I can put in for that.
Now I feel remiss that we haven't talked about gender queer and non-binary people. We'll throw them. You're all great. We love you all.
People are cool.
Love you
I
all,
like a lot of
yes.
people.
This is 2025. We're like, please don't cancel us.
My sister actually, I can't remember what
I
I, was
have to
talking
leave.
with her about. Okay.
Oh no!
But
I have to go
my
tutor
sister-
some kids English because I need still a survival job. Bye.
All right.
Oh, make
you
the
all.
cash.
Ian, Ian, I really like you. Please come back. Despite us, come back.
Thank you. Be safe.
But my sister actually said to me, Jenny, I think as a lesbian, you like men more than I do. It's like, yeah, probably because I don't have to deal with them very much.
probably.
Mm.
Just in general, I'm like, men are cool. What are you talking about? No, they break your. No, no man has ever broken my heart. I'm fine. So,
No. It is a diminishing return.
okay. Sure.
Small
I
sample
think
size. Small sample
Yeah.
size.
My
Wow,
sample's
comments are gonna be a
great.
fucking blast on this one, dude.
My sample is great. I'm trying to think of, I don't know that, like, this episode is really, really meaty. But there's so
Yes.
many little plot things. We
Yes.
got station possibly blowing up. We got Genie. We got Kosh.
It's not gonna blow up. It's gonna be fine.
It's not gonna blow up.
It's not
Okay.
gonna blow up. Maybe it blows
Alright.
up at the very end. It's not gonna blow up. If it blows up, it's gonna be one of those year of hell things where like they time reverse and something changes.
Okay. Yeah.
Ian, what were you gonna say? It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. It'll come back. It was something. I might need a bridge into live action for this, but it is a meaty episode. And in animation, is it the same thing for live action? Business, when you have business to do in a scene.
Yeah.
The business in everybody gets a slice of something in this, and there's business that we're seeing, and there's business that we're seeing in this. And I guess my question for everybody and for the writers too is the one thing that I thought with this episode is we start on Ivanova.
Yeah.
I feel like in how tidy and neat this was, how should we have ended on Ivanova?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What should have been is it? What is that bow tie at the end?
Honestly,
could
I
we
just
have
don't
done
feel
it?
like we should have started on Ivanova.
Yeah.
Like Gus said it right at the beginning. He's like, "Oh, it's the Ivanova episode," and I was like,
Mhm.
"It's not." Like
Yeah,
and it was I thought it was a false, not even a false flag. It was just I feel like it was we need something to start this episode because there's so much going on, and it almost feels like a tacked on, like, oh, let's have Ivanova wake up in the morning and like just take us into the CIC. It's not called the CICN.
CNC. Yeah.
But
The command
but
dome.
yeah, and so like it was kind of like she's just going to take us in there and be
can't
like,
look
it's an
anything
early
up. I'm
morning.
not gonna look it up.
Warning, and it should have started. There was just enough with Jeff and then Jeff and Garibaldi, and then ending with Jeff and Garibaldi washing their hands. But
then
it
we
should
don't
have started on Jeff and
We don't
Garibaldi.
get Ivanova talking about carpet and stuff.
I know. I mean,
Carpet's good.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, and I loved it. And like I said, I was like, oh, I just saw this, but I did just see it. But I also love that mendacity, and I love that moment on her. Save that scene for next week, which is going to be a little bit more of a one-off, I'm guessing, and then allow that to be in an episode where we have a little bit more from her. And just, I did miss that package. I did.
Did we shoot it twice? Is because we've already done her waking up, right?
No, I don't think so. Did we? Because I thought we did, but I think it was just because I accidentally
Not that I
watched the
remember.
beginning of this episode.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think I had just rewatched this one. I had after the last one, it went click, 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 and it started the next one. And I was like, I can't look away because she's waking up. I just couldn't stop watching her. But yeah, I don't think we had. Yeah, I just feel like that's like save it for another one because she didn't have much to do in this one. There wasn't. She goes off chasing the Raiders again. It was great that we had that weird setup that we kept laughing about in Believers when she noped out of there.
I'm
Which made me laugh so hard. Yes,
I love blowing up Raider. Yeah, I did not expect that to tie in even a little bit.
So I was really glad we had that set up. It was really nice, but I just felt like we didn't need to start on her. And because Jeff has this like epiphany to go to Michael and just say like, help me with this. And then they come back and say, here, I dug up some information and it's not good.
Yeah.
Like we just should have started with him waking up and saying like, it's too fucking early. Like that would have been fine. Yeah.
But I mean, we've had so many Jeff-episodes.
Yeah.
That like, and most of the episode wasn't about him.
Right.
Like less of it was about Ivanova. Yeah. But no, I agree. The answer is not to have done it because she just was not the thread.
I liked Delenn getting dropped in.
I liked it too.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Just save that scene. Like there was nothing about that scene that we needed. Yeah, and I would have just picked it up and put it in a different one when she's a little more forward. And to me, to me, that goes back to JMS being like, it's a funny scene because it is funny when she says, I have a hard time getting up when it's dark, but it's always dark in space. Tell me about it. Funny fucking joke. Really funny fucking joke. Just put it in episode 14. Just move it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It could have even started, honestly, I mean, I liked the Mundacity starting and ending, but it could have just started with Jeff like walking in the morning with a cup of coffee, or whatever, and just been like, whew, bright and early, what's going to happen today? Burp, burp, alarms start going off. And it might have been a nice enough wraparound, or coming in, washing his hands.
Yeah.
he just came.
Or even Garibaldi. I mean, he didn't do much this episode, but he had a reason to be in the button. So
I do have to say, Garibaldi's hairline made me.
It's intense.
Sorry, I was noticing Garibaldi's hairline because Londo's hairline is so perfect for his haircut, and Kier's didn't work for me. Right. I was like, Kiro's got too much hair going on down here. I don't like it. Doesn't work. Sorry, I just wanted to share my Centauri
thoughts about
hairline.
Centauri hairlines.
Because Veer has the same thing going on, but it works on Veer because his crest is smaller.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Is crest size to do with power? Are they the Shanshan? Crest size has to do with how much power you have.
For sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Those like weird lackeys that were bringing in what's her face, and they had their like tiny little.
They just they had to bump it in. They had nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I think this actress, I because I know that about the Centauri women. Pretty sure this actress was not using a bald cap. Like it.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. She was great, by the way.
Yeah. She was fantastic. I loved her. I loved the Trelawney like looking at the tea aspect at the end, and 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 I enjoyed her. I mean, I was like, I went to Deanna Troi and like great joy and suffering at the beginning, but like it was great joy and I always say that
pain.
Wrong. Yeah, thank you.
Such pain.
But I loved her. I thought she was great. I loved her coming to Jeff at the end to talk about it. She's like the first Centauri that I trust. I was like, I don't feel like she's out for something or like hiding stuff. She comes to him with this really big piece of information. I mean, he did say that Londo told him, which also surprised me, but I love that she came to him with that. And I was like, I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
She had interesting energy to her, like where she just sort of felt like she was not quite present all the time. Yeah.
She was a little 2 feet off the ground all the time.
Which I think was perfect for a prophet.
I guess the phrase is her feet don't touch the ground, but
Yeah,
she was floating.
Yeah.
She was cool.
A lot of the time looking unhappy to be there.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I was sorry. I was going to say, she's like, it's going to blow up, but I'm going to go lay down in my quarters. And I'm like,
Well, but then because her things were also, you're going to get killed by shadows, she said 52 years ago or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
When that like I was
So
9
maybe
years
it's kind
old
of
or
like the
something.
station will be destroyed. It's like, yeah. Like eventually most buildings get
Someday.
destroyed. Like, okay, sure.
Mhm.
What was I gonna say?
so sorry to cut you off.
No, it doesn't matter. Whatever. He'll come back or won't.
I don't have any other further specific things to bring up at this point.
We
to
hit
have
an
anybody
hour
else.
on a
I
Zocalo.
know.
We have never hit an hour. I don't think. Maybe Believers because again, sake. But
Yeah.
I don't know that we've ever hit an hour on a Zocalo.
Yeah.
No, but now you know why we were like, maybe we shouldn't actually do the end of
Yes.
12 today, tonight, when Ellie has
Yeah.
a
Because
heart
you
out.
remember you were,
Yeah,
you
now
were
I get
talking about like doing Zocalo, blah, blah. I was like, no, we can't do that. It's
Can't
science
do
and
that.
portents. That's not possible.
Too much to talk about.
No.
Yeah.
It's the title episode.
It literally is. Yes. Does anybody
Yeah,
have
I loved it.
anything you want to say before we kick Gus out? Ian, Jen, Gus,
Mm-mm. I don't have anything else for
Nah.
Gus.
I liked it.
Ian. That was an inhale. You have something.
I don't think this is a spoiler per se.
Do you want
I'm
me to
sorry.
take my headphones off so you can check?
No, well, I want to talk about voice actors appearing as guest stars.
Mm.
Because my memory of where we are, but I think this will be fun for you, Gus. I don't know if it'll be the same for Allie, depending on her media consumption. But I thought Ladira was somebody, but Ivanova, of course, is in Skyrim and all sorts of jazz moraz.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Upon rewatching some of these, the other crazy thing is the number of Batman the Animated Series voice actors. And they pop up everywhere. And you're like, I know that voice. And then you're like, that's the guy? So
Okay.
that's all.
Well,
I
I
love
mean,
that.
and
And then
we
Ian
lost you.
disappeared. That's all. That's all. Cut.
That was amazing.
Ian's out.
but JMS having a lot of animation
Background,
experience, and it
Yeah,
was an animation
Mhm.
writer, and so like
Mm.
he's potentially bringing in people he's worked with in the animation world.
I was
Yeah.
talking to my friend, an actor friend of mine who's a huge comic fan today. And it's like, comics, this, that, and the other, now and again. He goes, oh, no, eventually you just start following writers in comics. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, well, like Straczynski. He's like, oh, I love Straczynski. Have you read his Spider-Man stuff? Is incredible. And he wrote the best
Yeah.
story I've ever. And he talked about J. Michael Straczynski's comics for like 20 minutes. It was really
yeah.
interesting. And then I said,
Yeah.
have you ever watched Babble On 5? And he went, no, why? And I go,
Didn't realize.
that's J. Michael Straczynski's like, that's his magnum opus. He's like, he was part of that? And I was like, he was that. That was his show. I was like, oh my God. And I said, yeah, you should go watch that. If you like Straczynski's writing, you absolutely should go watch that. So
Yeah.
Fascinating.
if you're watching, hello.
Yeah.
But it was fascinating because to me it was the opposite, which I knew him first from Babylon 5, even though I read comic books. And then to discover that he was writing Spider-Man and then had written, animation stuff I'd seen years ago. But my intro to him was Babylon 5.
Babylon. Yeah, me too. Obviously. Yeah.
Probably one of the most forward-facing IPs tied directly to him.
Yes.
Because I feel like to be really following specific comic writers, you need to be fairly in the weeds with comics.
Yes, and it has in the past 10 or 15 years, I think, become 20,
Sure.
frankly, like a little bit more poignant to writers having a run of something or,
Sure.
but yeah.
Not in a bad way. Again, I don't really know enough about comics.
Yeah.
But I can leave. I assume you guys have a lot to talk about. So
I'll be done in
Linear.
5.
We're
Maybe
gonna talk
Linear-
about why
Linear-
Linear
Linear-
wasn't
Linear
in this
for a minute.
episode. Yeah.
yeah, how this was all set up for next week when Lanier was like, "What did I miss?"
Linear and Veer. Did you notice that?
Lanier-
Who told you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week, Lanier Veer buddy cop movie. I
Right?
would watch.
Oh
Right?
my gosh.
Oh, I would like to see that. I would like.
Yeah.
But this
Very
was
much
like
wanna see him
we
come
had
in
the.
as- I was gonna say come in like David Diggs. That's what I want to hear. See.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I
What did I
miss?
miss?
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I was like the ghost of Veer was through this whole thing because the captions were wrong and the captions kept
Yeah.
saying Veer
Saying
for
Veer.
Londo. And
Like,
I was
what?
I was like, the first time I saw that, I was like, it was because we were looking at his back, and I was like, were they confused because we weren't seeing his face, and like who, but then it stayed Veer.
They just fucked it up.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks.
Gus,
right.
pleasure.
It's
And
time
say
for you
thank
to-
you again to Allie.
Such a joy, Ian. Great to meet you. I will
Yes.
pass that on. I'm sure she feels the same way. Have a lot of fun. I'll see you.
See ya.
Ah, my friends! You have reached the most dangerous part of our journey, the Grey Council. Here we speak of things that must not be spoken. Secrets, betrayals, spoilers. If you are not ready, turn back now. But if you dare to proceed, I promise you it will be magnificent. Oh, Mr. Garibaldi!
Zach, okay, so this is the big setup for Lanier's whole art. No, anyway.
Oh, I got Veer. I was so sure in my brain meets that he meets Morden in this, like he's here for it, and we get the whole and all.
Yeah, no, that happens later.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we need to set up his disdain for him first. Though he does catch on pretty quick.
Oh yeah. He I don't think he ever likes Morden, although he deals with him.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's
but
forced to be a go-between.
Oh
my God, where do
speaking
you
of-
want to begin?
Okay, the go-between. That scene, Ian, that was genius. It never occurred to me that scene with the Londo and Jakar, with the human in between them, would be a coming in point for people who maybe didn't know their backstory. Because I always saw that scene as foreshadowing. It's the Centauri and the Jakar, Centauri and the Narn with a human stuck between them, being like, like that's the human story throughout this series. It's just like, can't you two just settle your shit? Like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Like, that's how I always saw that.
Yeah.
Well, and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But but everybody is getting a slice in this. I mean, like, I can't. God, I to not shout. Look at the Lego set. Look at the Lego set. She's been building it all season. Look at the Lego set.
Yeah, she's totally been building she's building her cocoon right there. Did you not? But Allie did call it out. She's like, oh, she's playing Cones of Dunshire. It's like, no, she's making her cocoon. She's literally making her cocoon in front of your face. She's doing it in front of your face.
And it's just business. That's why it's just like, what is she doing when he comes into the room? Oh, she's doing that thing that's setting up a season arc. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's what that is. It's that those are the things that, like, as a writer, Jenny and I've talked about this a lot, but like, and Ian, I think you've seen it. You saw Agatha all along. Yeah, of course. No, you haven't seen it yet.
No, okay. I totally have. Internet.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. No.
So good
but it's one of the things that I love so much in writing is that, like, setup of something that's going to pay off later, that you go back when you watch it the second time, you're like, holy crap, oh my gosh, it's right there. And it's I can't even believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to quote Robert McKee again. Like, lots of people have issues with Robert McKee and his story structure, but I don't. There's some great things, and one of the things that he talks about that I just love is that you lay some pipe. Sorry, you don't lay pipe.
No.
I'm so sorry, but you set something up, and then you create an expectation. The expectation isn't met, so you're like, wait, what? And then you go back and your brain is able to fill in that gap that was placed when you didn't have your expectation met, because you get more information later and you can go back and be like, oh my God, yes, it is. And there it is. And it fills in the gap. I described that really badly, but it's just one of my favorite things to do as a writer, and one of my favorite things to do. And that's one of those things of, like, later on being able to go back and watch and be like, she was doing this thing that actually was relevant. It wasn't just the business of eating spoo. You know?
Yeah.
No, and we could do like a round robin on things like that in this episode.
Yes.
Like I don't want to put, but like we could.
That's literally what it's
when they say like
Talia's.
Where's Talia? It's like, well, she can't be in this episode because the psychics can't be around. So
right.
No.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But Ivanova does wake up. Like.
Yeah. And to your point, though, about that scene, I love that scene. lesbian subtext, not with which Allie calling bi energy. Good God, Allie, stop it!
I know,
but yes,
Mm-hmm.
he's right. But that cold open would be perfect for next episode. Which next episode is my least favorite, I think, in the entire series.
Which one is the next episode?
TKO. It's the boxing episode.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But the boxing episode has an amazing B plot, which is the Ivanova has her dad's funeral plot. Finally, like sits Shiva for her dad. So that would actually have been the perfect episode to have her have a cold open where she talks about carpet in her mouth. Yeah. So.
Because this is Garibaldi has his little B plot. I would have liked to have seen
the boxing
a through
plot
line.
is the A plot next episode.
Oh no! I mean in this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I wish Ivanova was our eyes for this episode.
That would have been nice.
Like she wakes up, it's the chaos, and then have her go back to sleep. As like, what a packed episode this was. I mean, I think that's exactly what it would have been given but like something where, like, I don't know. I just love her though. That's the thing. It's like, and the fact that everyone's like, we used to joke and Ivanova killed them all. Like that was just, how do we solve this episode? Send Ivanova.
Yeah. I mean, she'll just punch them
and she's still doing the Russian thing a little bit.
Yes.
There was just that very, very beginning.
Yeah.
But the delivery, and this is where the whatever the joke was.
Yeah.
It was like a 2-line like da 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 da.
Yeah. It's still in there. It's still every once in a while there's a little of something in it. It's a little of something in her voice that brings it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But also, I feel like, it's very possible. There was a lot of shift. I know that there was a lot of, well, I don't think he says anything about this in the notes, but it could have easily been that this was written for the next episode. And then they decided to plug it in here.
Yeah. It doesn't say.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we have her waking up. I don't know if it's in the season, though. Like, I was wondering, like, is it possible they just needed, like, what else was being shot? And this is where, like, it's outside of, like, my purview is, like, I don't know, like, how, like, when you see like her still doing like a little bit of the Russian thing, is that because she's also shooting something else at the like for another episode at the same time? Like are they shooting like other scenes from other episodes because the sets are up?
And that's possible. I mean, back in the day though, with this, that would have been a 10-day shoot. And so you would have had one team directing that episode. Like you would have had that director on that episode and that director's team of like from the DP on to the gaffers, like they would have been one crew that was the A crew and the B crew was overshooting the next episode. So you wouldn't necessarily have really been able to do it, except that JMS knew what he wanted. So he could have just been like, we're going to pick that up and put it over here. But back then it was a little more delineated. Like today, like, like Jenny and I watch Wheel of Time and like on Wheel of Time, they were absolutely grabbing things they needed at other times. And they were also shooting, and they were shooting 2 episodes with one director and one team. So it was like a movie each, like there was 8 episodes, but it was like 4 features. This a little bit less so, and that you didn't necessarily able to just grab somebody and have them go over and shoot this thing. And also like, I think we're going to be in Ivanova's quarters in the next episode. Like, that's why I'm like, it feels like they shot it for that episode and then picked it up and put it in here. Cause they were like, actually, despite this being such a full episode, we're short time, we need something to open with. Although that's not necessarily true because she comes in and says the whole thing about not being a morning person. Yeah. But
it more makes me wonder if they missed something at the end. But
yeah.
But,
that's also possible. Yeah, it's an interesting choice. But also, like, again, going back to the, at this point in the process too, JMS is he's still trying to trick the network into thinking that these are one-offs, a little bit.
I mean, you can't watch this episode and think that, but no.
No, I know. And at this point they definitely had to know, but it was also, this is also 13 though. So it is a mid-season. It is a mid-season. It's not a cliffhanger. I mean, it is a cliffhanger, but it's not a 2-parter, but this would have been, in terms of production, like, and I know the production order is a little bit out from how it aired, but this is episode 13, it's considered the like proof of concept to some degree. They canceled a lot of shows after 13 in those days. So, and you probably had a winter hiatus. You had all the Christmas specials coming out. So you might have aired this and I'm sure the original air date's in there somewhere, but you might have aired this in December 12th. And then you've got, like a few weeks before we come back. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to, sorry, just to cut in there. I don't understand this because I need to go back and see what dates the season premiere started. It's production number 116. The air date, the first aired is May 18th.
I forgot. This is a mid-season. It's a mid-season pickup.
Okay,
yes. Okay. So the original pilot, the movie pilot, aired in January, and then episode 1 it was a year later. So it was January, and that meant that they had pulled something else that was mid-season, and they brought this in January. So even though we consider season 1 to still be 20 some episodes, right?
Yeah, it's like 22 or 20.
Yeah. So they would have. What did you say? This was May.
May 18th. Yeah.
Okay, this is May sweeps. Yeah. So this airs in May. This is a big episode to get May sweeps. And this for the show is a big part of them continuing into season 2. So they're going to get a season 2 based on how well this episode does. So it better be big and fancy and splashy. And then they've written the rest of them. They still have the order for the rest of the season, but those might go over the summer because everybody else is in reruns. And so they're hoping they're going to keep the audience interested through the summer. And I don't know if season 2 started up in September or if they took a hiatus and it started in January.
I'd have to, I have to find.
I'm really curious about that. But this is May sweeps. I mean, May 18th is this is getting eyeballs. Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to have to go all the way back in now, but I think the season 2 first episode looks like it started in November. Wow, this is weird timing. Yeah. So that's a late start for a fall show. And remember, this was also one of those first channels that was not officially a network channel. It's like a PTEN or something.
Yeah, it's not cable, but
that's true because they probably were selling it to for syndication. So those channels probably bought it at a certain point, and then they started airing it in September and whatever with people's normal schedules. Because that's one of the things about this show is if you start looking at watch order. I mean, there was a thing that happened in my server where somebody got mildly spoiled for something because they were watching it in one order, and somebody assumed that they had information that they didn't have because they'd watched it in a different order, and so because they depending on where you watch it has different orders.
A big
yeah.
Yes.
And this is when you could have also if they're gonna continue production through the summer, so they probably were. If production ran on season 1 through the summer, they were probably done filming. I'm going to say June for the season. They're going to air the rest of them through the summer, but they can't take too long of a hiatus anyway. You lose your crews and all of those things. So they're going to start picking up. Everybody else would have been writing in July. These guys are probably still on hiatus in July and start writing again in September, which is why we have November for our first air date.
Yeah. And the season finale was in October, so there was no break. If you were watching this, it was just
exactly.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Yes.
But eventually, because it was UPN at some point, I think.
That might have been syndication because it was PTN and then it got picked up by TNT. It got picked up by TNT.
Right, because UPN started. Well, actually, because UPN started in 95. Voyager was UPN's first show, and it started in January. It was also January. It was also a January show, and it was January of 95.
Okay.
It was right when wait a minute.
I don't know the details. I know I watched it, but I don't know the details when it started. But
all I remember, and I don't want to throw aspersions at UPN. I just remember my parents would be like, "Goddamn basketball's on again," and and it'd be like, "No Babylon 5 today." But I don't know if that was a later series. And speaking of when they were The Senate is so bad, I almost joked about Jessica Walter being a senator, and then I was like, "Oh, she's not until later."
Oh, well, here's me in the middle of watching this episode, and she's been like, "The shadows will kill you," and I'm like, "Oh, right, they don't know that the shadows are a thing." She just it's saying shadows, and obviously Kiro also thought she's crazy, and she means the shadows on the wall. Yeah. And so then when they were when they were they said something, Ali and Gus said something, and I was like, she said the shadows are after him, and I'm like, who's the him? And I was like, wait, there's only one him who's been talked about with shadows. Jennifer, shut up.
Yeah. But he could be after another him. Yeah, we don't know.
Hymns out there. There's lots of hymns. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I know.
One thing I wanted to bring up, just because I should have brought it up in the Jeff episode, but this is another episode to bring it up in. The "What do you want?" question, and then of course also "Who are you?" which is the Vorlon version.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the Jeff episode, which is a Sky Full of Stars, Ian, that's the one like all about Jeff's memories about the Battle of the Line. But in his memories, while he's there's a part, like Gus even danced to it, where they're going, "What do you want?" and it's echoed over, like, "What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?" And then he asked them again, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?" Which are the two big questions. I mean, there's three. There's also "Why are you here?" But that's much later. But those are the two main questions: the Vorlons and the Shadows. What do you want? Who are you? Are the big questions in this series. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was just gonna say, everybody in the comments have been being like, anytime anybody says "What do you want?" everybody in the comments is like, "Ha ha!"
Yes, I know.
Which is why Gus is not allowed to read the comments.
No.
I almost entered asking that question, and I was like, "That's be a hat tip too far."
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you want? yeah. I mean, he knows now, so they can all. Yeah.
There's something also like what you brought up about like his childhood, and then like how we eventually sort of resolve Kosh and the Shadows and everyone. Like, I think in another version of the story, like they would have been painted with like shades of gray, where it's like, oh, the Shadows kind of have an interesting point of view, and the Vorlons, but by the end, they're both just blowing up planets as unknowable, awful, destructive space beings.
Yeah,
and there's like
much.
no but maybe we can it's like, and so they have to just get rid of them.
Yeah,
and it's sort of like this like throwing out the old, like, no thank you, like we've had enough of you, and all you're doing is wreaking havoc. But to start with such a chipper little Andrew, I love that they called him Andrew Garfield, though. Rod Sterling, right? Sterling,
Rod Sterling, very much so.
Yeah. I wish that line at the end wasn't A.D. Arden or was different. It's a little bit of the 90s still, where it's like we'll find you. Like just let Londo come out all excited, like the little space clown he is, and
I wonder, that almost feels like a note to me. Like we got to put something, because it feels overdone.
Note.
Yeah,
it's an exact note. I almost guarantee it was an exact note where people are like, well, they're not going to know. They're not going to know. Yeah. So. Yeah, because everybody thought everybody in the 90s was dumb.
It was very
audience was dumb.
But
we weren't.
No. Just an interesting note about that actor it's Ed Wasser, I think is his name. He's in the pilot of the show, but as a completely different character. Like he's just like,
oh my God.
He's one of the people that like Ali called out for looking like a Mennonite. He's just on. He's on the deck. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was just like, he's not a Mennonite. He's a demon. But anyway, there you go.
Well, and Shadows and necromancy, like they're picking up all sorts. Like, but there is something like futuristic races that are using the dead, or maybe the dead.
Yeah, he's like a zombie kind of thingy. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they bring back not his wife,
Sheridan's wife. Whoa!
Thank you. This is a rough. Oh, that they think I'm like, no, he's. I'm all over. I'm sorry.
I know.
Ali and Gus, that they're getting married. And it's like, no, she's his great. Yeah, huh?
That's like very
They're not getting married.
Long distance incest. We're not doing that. We're not doing
but
that.
Glenn does have a type.
Yes,
that is like she is into like a bad teacher, like which feels again 90s-y.
Yes,
but meh.
I almost feel bad though, because Ali is like, I'm almost certain right on the money for what the plan originally was there.
Yeah,
and then obviously everything.
Yeah.
Fell apart.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, what a reveal to find,
yeah.
though I don't know how we're going to travel. I don't know how early did they have like some kind of timey-wimey stuff in play.
Well, but when Babylon Squared happens, that's when the timey-wimey stuff gets introduced. And I think by that point, when Babylon Squared is like almost towards the end of the season. So they must have known at that point what was. Whoa, you're upside down. Well,
speaking of timey-wimey and end of the season,
Yes.
Ian is demonstrating that for us.
Yes, but they must have known by that point what was happening with Michael O'Hara, so that he wasn't coming back. So they had reworked the story a bit. So yeah.
I mean, for sure in the beginning in the scene in Parliament of Dreams when she's eating the fruit and looking at him, and then his girlfriend's like, yeah, that means like you're married, whatever. There was definitely, that's where they were going with it. But
100%.
Yeah. And her even building the cocoon right now, I think, is still like leaning towards that, and like obviously like going towards a different path. But I know I'm excited to get to the like the new Sinclair story that's coming.
Yes, the new Sinclair story, and I like Sinclair. I love Sheridan. Like, I can't wait to get to Sheridan.
Of course.
It's just,
Me too. I mean, we all do. And also I started it with Sheridan.
Yes.
Like I went back and caught some old stuff and I was like, who's this guy? And then kind of like, that's why I'm so like lost in season 1, because I was like, I saw it, but I also didn't see all of it. And then I wasn't as invested, because I was just like, just get me to the places where I care about, because I started with Sheridan.
Yeah.
I will say what I miss when we get to Sheridan is the relationship with Garibaldi. And just about the fanfic, but I will say, like, the choice is then to make Garibaldi quite spiky.
Yes.
In ways that he wasn't necessarily in the first season.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because in season 1, Garibaldi and Sinclair are clearly friends, and he likes Ivanova, whereas Ivanova and Sheridan are friends. Like they know each other from before. So that's interesting. I never noticed that until cool.
Yeah, and Garibaldi, he is sort of the third wheel a little bit in
and he doesn't trust Sheridan when he comes.
No, it gives him something to do, but it makes him less of a warm kind of Bruce Willis moonlighting, and more of a Bruce Willis MAGA hat. Kind of.
Is Bruce Willis MAGA?
Well, I hope not.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Jerry Doyle would have been. He did end up being like a conservative radio talk show host at some point.
It's a bummer. He breaks my heart.
Yeah, me too.
Sweet, sweet Garibaldi.
Yeah. One thing I noticed this time around, I don't know, I literally never noticed before, and I guess because Gus kept saying it was finally just landed on me, but they damaged Kosh's encounter suit, which is like foreshadowing for the fact that the shadows eventually kill Kosh. Like,
It's definitely set up for that.
I didn't look at the spacing, and it might have been too early for them to do this. And someone more versed in that one. You're looking at are the shadows with him the whole time, like they are later?
Be. At some point, like they say, he's never. It's Delenn. I'm sorry, I heard it in Delenn's voice. He's never alone. Like, so they must be with him. Yeah.
So I wonder if the framing is it all there, or if at that point they were just sort of like, he has magic powers, Mordred, like,
Yeah.
Or did Mr. J already have in his mind that he has little spider monsters walking around with him?
Yeah, I don't know if it was. I'd have to look back at the scene and see if he has the room beside him. They could be walking behind him or in front of him too. I don't know, but they weren't doing
politely waiting for him to.
They weren't doing the sound thing, because that is something that happens later, where you hear the shadow like sort of techie sound when they're with him, but they weren't doing that this episode.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something too. I don't know where the relationship. Really, like it might. I don't know if it's a subconscious thing or if he was thinking, but I don't know what his relationship is with the internet. But I was trying to think of like what else is going on around that time, and this idea that you could like hop online and get whatever you want. From a Napster to an Ask Jeeves.
Well, JMS was really, really online. Like, the reason we have that page, the JMS Speaks page, is because he was on forums replying to people who were commenting about the show. So while it was airing, so they would be like, I thought this episode was not really good sci-fi. And he was just, fuck you. It's good sci-fi because it's in space. What's wrong with you? I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but some of his replies do definitely feel like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's a metaphor. It's in space. It's sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. Then I wonder if there was some kind of overlap. But it's just this idea of like instant gratification, but also the wrong answers. Like they were very close. Like, because Jakar says, "Whatever will take care of my people." At the end, and I think that was the wrong answer. That was where like Morden was like, "Oh no, he has a moral compass. We're not gonna be able to wring out the destruction we need with him."
It was the difference between whatever helps my people versus it was still my people with Londo, but it was, I want my people to be the supreme rulers that we once were, which is a much more selfish way of saying it.
I interpreted that really differently. I saw he gives them both their wish. The Centauri do get their empire back, but as a result of that, they get completely destroyed. Like there's literally
he gives
a series of books called The Fall of Centauri Prime. Like, they both end up getting what they want as a result of their wishes. Now, it won't feel like that until the very end, but Centauri does not end well for the Centauri.
Yeah.
No, you got to drink a lot of wine and knock out little eyeballs on your clavicle.
Yeah, that's what we get to the keeper. This is way ahead. That took me, I know I did not understand that the first time I watched it because it's a cutaway to the keeper. So I did not realize it was on Londo. I was just like, what? Why did they just show me a close up of some creature's eye? And then they went back to Londo. Like, I didn't get that that's what was happening at all. I was so confused.
It's a rough cut. You're making me remember a first time watching it too. That is, like, is that in a closet somewhere?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Shot. Like, I didn't understand that it was literally attached to him. It's a parasite. He can't remove it. Like, it's like, what? I don't know what that was that they just showed me at all. And it apparently is bad, but I don't know where or what it is and what it has to do with anything. Like, it was so weird. So, okay, let's get back to this episode though. We got Kosh. They are not for you. I almost said this because JMS said it in his notes at the time, so it's not really a spoiler. But then Gus had his theory about it being like mortals or less. It's humans. It's specifically humans. JMS is like, no, humans are not for you. You can have everybody else, but not the humans.
It's interesting that they're laying claim and being like, no, we got plans. Because, again, they're just, it's like, they don't really care about anyone.
No.
They just want the things they want.
Yeah, like we're pieces on a board. They're basically, they're trying to prove a point. Like the shadows are trying to prove that their method works, and the Orlons are trying to prove that their method works, and we are just the pieces in there.
And so Kosh saying they're not for you, though. I mean, there's nothing benevolent about it.
No,
it's they're for us. We're using them, right?
Pretty
it's
much,
not. Yeah.
I think though I think in their not benevolence at all, but in their mind they're thinking we already have claim to them because the Minbari are with us. And the Minbari and the humans are intricately linked because of the Valen thing. So we already called dibs on the humans, so you can't have them. Like
that's a
dibs.
Yeah,
a great way of thinking about it too, because it does go back to the last war. And if it is like a big chess game, then like that's the Vorlons being like just thinking ahead, being like, we want these things.
Yeah,
literally thinking ahead. I don't know if it works out, but I subscribe to your theory and thumbs up it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just a quick side note: Star Trek B4. I'm so mad they never did anything with B4 and time travel in Nemesis. We have B4 here. I know. Yep. I know. No. Completely off. Yeah. Just complete. Like we were just talking about this, and to have a movie where you have a character and it's like it's Data, but it's not. It's an earlier model, and he goes, "I'm B4," and they're like, "That must be his name." Maybe I watched Babylon 5, and I was just like, "Well, they're gonna just do the same thing." But still waiting for that penny to drop.
Oh man,
jeez.
Yes, the time travel in this series, I fully there's certain episodes that I remember the first time I saw them, and when the time travel comes back around, like in season 3, that episode hits so hard, like it's so good. I remember it blowing my mind of like, oh fuck, this is how you do time travel. It worked so well, as opposed to every other show that has ever done time travel. I'm like, well, no, if you went back in time and fixed it, now you don't go back in time. So now you don't go back in time, and now it's all fake, and it breaks my brain. Anyway, it works so perfectly in this in the show.
And I'm not going to say anything about Star Trek Enterprise. Okay, bye.
No. Yeah, we're done.
I mean, even like time travel that's not really time travel, but it's just like little kid Ian watching Babylon 5. When is it? Is it one of the TV movies, or is it a season finale where it's a season finale? It's season 4, I think. The end where it's we're watching the videos.
Yes,
right.
That's one of my favorite episodes. Yes.
Oh my god! And the humans hop into like they just it looks like a white supremacist scary man, but then he like turns into an energy ball and hops into like a human Vorlon suit.
Yep.
My little kid brain melted down.
Yep.
I was just like, what do you mean? You mean wait? The beginning is the end, and the end is the beginning?
Yeah, it's so good. Oh. It's so good.
I said it just like Hulk Hogan. It terrified my parents. Yeah.
Oh man. Sorry. Back to this episode. Sorry.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No. It's all good. But I love talking about this show. That's why I wanted to do this podcast. And like sitting on this for like 2 years of like, I really want to do this, and finally we're doing it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. The Raiders. One of the things I just love about that, we've been building them up as like the Raiders are going to be this big thing. And then we just like, nope. They're gone. The Raiders were literally just, I don't know what to call it. They were the setup for the introduction of the Shadows. Like that's, and that's like our first glimpse of a Shadow ship, and it was so cool. Like,
yeah. And Gus being like, yeah, they're just space pirates, right? And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But I could see somebody
and their
watching
reaction to the Shadow ship.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
That was great. Gus and Allie's reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they were like, what is that?
Yeah. And they haven't even like seen the full thing. Like they're really creepy. Like the effects. I mean, you're both in animation. I guess you could talk about this more than I can, but the Shadow ships in my mind are one of the best designs for an alien, especially like an alien, like bad guy ship. Cause they look so fucking creepy. Like even today, like looking at them with like 2025 eyes, having seen special, like very, very expensive Marvel movies and special effects. Like, no, the Shadow ships look creepier than other things I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. They're very unpleasant. They break apart in weird ways. They make horrible noises.
Yep.
They maybe have dead people inside of them.
Maybe.
Like they're great. And this is, so I think it's Ron Thornton.
Yeah, you sent it to me. I'm going to look it up. I think that's right.
Ron, because I feel bad. I don't know enough about this, but rewatching these made me like, Babylon 5 gets a lot of shit for the the video quality of the animation. And even in this one, we had a very nice matte painting in the back, a digital one, when Mr. Morden first comes in. And there are some actually quite astounding ones whenever we do the green space in the middle of Babylon 5. Like sometimes they look like weird Photoshop collages. Other times I'm kind of like, well, that's pretty nice. You know, it's at 640 by 480. But you know, and in this case, like they were doing stuff that very few people had even like considered as part of like CG animation, because I think like we're still dealing with stuff like with Jurassic Park, like there weren't enough animators, so like they had to build like stop motion rigs to move the dinosaurs around and then like input that into the computer. So like like a bunch of servos over like a metal skeleton. And in this case, you just have a shot where like the Raider ship is coming in and it's spinning one way, spinning towards like the motion is directing your eye towards Babylon 5. And it's a great composition, and then you have the little tiny fighter jets come out towards the space station, and there's just incredible distance. They're beautiful. The camera moves are like this is before we have like that crazy dogfight sequence in Attack of the Clones where they spend like 45 minutes, you know, like one continuous shot kind of bullshit. And they're doing it all
on a video toaster, like
on a video toaster.
Yeah.
I mean, I was using a video toaster in high school.
Yeah.
To like do early effects and like graphic stuff, you know. Yeah. Like this is amazing what they're doing. Yeah.
And my understanding is that they just eventually JMS would just be like, like I guess like like there's a big fight, you know, and then Ron, I'm hoping it's Ron, and his people will take care of it, and they would just storyboard it. But I think it's interesting. I'd love to know more about the editors on Babylon 5, because I think this director is doing a fantastic job. Were they also in the editing booth afterwards and receiving the CG? Because like we had some really great cuts, like action on action kind of stuff, like to make. Because again, if you think about like if you don't have storyboards, right, and you're just hoping someone's gonna send in cool shots, then like this is what you're getting, and you have to cut it in somehow.
Yeah.
So like, was it Wild West, and they were just sort of like, well, these are the shots that we got, or like, did they have time to look at them and like shoot around them? Like, I don't know. I have so many questions about this for it to work as well as it does, because it works really darn well.
Yeah. And I'm guessing, and I don't know this for sure, and I know Jenny, some of this is in the JMS notes and some of it's in his book, but so, you know, on that kind of a TV schedule at the time, we shot in 10 days, and so a director would come on and do pre-pro for like a week and a half or so before the 10 days of shooting, and then shoot for 10 days, and then they would be in post for 5 days maybe. Right, and so like that's for like a typical episode of like anything procedural. And so, but this show was so effects heavy, especially like an episode like this. You couldn't pay the director to be around by the time those shots were done. And so my guess is that JMS ended up being the one who was sitting down with the final edit and like making the calls on what we were seeing on the screen by the time those shots got created, which then also plays into him saying he was so busy. He was killing himself, and why he decided he couldn't be married during season 3. Because he was like, I do not have time to have an outside life of this. And also was writing most of the episodes. So I'll bet you he was really heavily involved at that point in what the final look was like, because the directors just couldn't be around. I'm sure he had a great VFX supervisor at some point as well, but I'm guessing by the time a big episode like this came back around, the director was not there to see what was happening.
Yeah. He does talk about, I don't remember the exact sequence, but he does talk about that in his book. Like at a certain point, he was like, you'd be on set with the episode that's filming, and then you'd leave that and be writing the next episode, and then you'd leave that and have to go back and supervise like ADR and blah, blah, blah for the previous episodes. And
so and he wasn't even going to set as much by the end, I think, because he was so busy, he couldn't even show up on set. Yeah. So you had the writer, the director there, but he wouldn't be there. But he was writing them, so there was no writer there. Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to read, because you were talking about the way the animation worked. This is just from his notes. It says, okay, this is the actual text of a script, and a script contains scene descriptions, dialogue, directions. Contrary to popular opinion, the actors don't just make up their lines when they hit the stage, whatever. Anyway, he says, my scripts tend to be very detailed with camera movement suggestions, optical notes, indications of dissolves versus cuts, on and on. A typical scene might look like this. And then he reads, like he puts a script up there. So it says, a scuttle ship unloads cargo from the transport, parked alongside the station, pan across with the scuttle ship tracking with it until it passes into the docking bay, then down to the observation dome window where we can just see into, and then it says interior observation. Like, so it really is quite detailed, the way he writes it. Now, he's saying my script, so I guess not all scripts are like that, but that's how he writes his.
And they aren't necessarily, although I imagine in some degree too, like by the time we get into season 4 and 5 and he knows he's going to be there watching the final edit of it and like choosing those shots too, he can just say big space battle, like he doesn't have to necessarily, but at that stage of it, and in some ways, like animation can sometimes be that heavy-handed because you're sending it off to board artists who may or may not even be here, or maybe your board artists are here and you're sending it, the animation overseas. So you need to be that detailed. Also in live action, if you've got an amazing cinematographer on there, you don't necessarily want to prescribe for them how they're supposed to do their job. JMS being JMS, not surprising at all.
Yes, a little bit of control freak there.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if fair, I do that too. When I'm writing, if there is a shot I see a certain way, I write it that way because I'm like, this is how I want to reveal this next thing. I want to come across and go into the window and then like into the interior based on that. And so, and especially in sci-fi, like that's not uncommon. I
would also imagine like when you're dealing, the show being a pioneer in animation at that time, like when I render videos, it takes me hours. I can't imagine how long it would take to render something like this. But I was just like, you would want to let them know what you'd like to do so that they didn't do something and you went, no, can you do that again? Like,
right.
And
in a way that's, it is the same. I remember, I remember Pixar has this massive render farm. And I remember they used to say that, like when they would tour people through Pixar, they would say, how long do you think it took us to render a minute of footage for Toy Story? And people would say, and they'd say, okay, like this long, 17 hours.
Yeah.
I'm making shit up, but like 17 hours to render 1 minute of animation or 30 frames of animation or whatever. Like, it takes this many hours. And then they were like, that was when we did Toy Story. And like, granted, I haven't been on the Pixar tour in a long time, but like, even after like Finding Dory and Monsters Inc., they would say like, how long do you think it takes us now? And they'd say, probably like, either a lot less time because the computers are faster, or a lot more time, but because the effects are so much better, and they were like exactly the same amount of time. Like, back then what we could do, now it still takes the same amount of time, but it looks so much better. But we have so many more computers doing it. So I imagine it was a similar kind of thing with Babble On.
I got it. It's 45 minutes for a frame to render.
Oh,
A-frame.
There you go.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Holy shit.
It takes a long time. That's a long time.
They were such large files that they had to come up with a way to deliver them without using the internet.
Yeah, I would imagine. Oh my God. Because I didn't even think about that. Like you finish it and then you're like, okay, you're going to get this, and like, do not let anybody call you at this time. Interrupt the file transfer.
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. And we've been out here for almost 2 hours, so it's a meaty episode, obviously. But
and Ian is speaking to it much better than I, because I'm like still catching up on season 1, and Ian knows like all the shit.
Do we want to do a character rundown really quick to see if there's anything that we missed, or like we've talked about Ivanova.
Yes.
Yes.
Ivanova, the bisexual queen. Yes.
The Talia arc. I'm so sad.
Is one of the reasons I really want this show to get a redo, because
a reboot.
I think because JMS
are we going to talk about the reboot now?
Like he was trying so hard to do like some really progressive stuff, and he was hamstrung. And I would like to see him without those leashes on to do what he wants to do. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Let's talk about Delenn. We didn't talk about Delenn that much.
No.
I was just like goosebumpy and giddy and excited. I was like, oh, put your hand over your forehead, because it's coming. Here it comes.
It's coming.
And like, not even like remembering the specifics, all the specifics. I'm just like loving it. Love it.
That forehead thing never happens again, I don't think, but it works here.
It's because of the
shadows. Like, it's the sting thing, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't it also human DNA? human DNA or something.
Well, then
It
it would be
happens-
showing up all the time.
Right, but it happens.
Yeah,
it
no, you're right.
It happened in the episode when Sinclair saw the flashback
Yes.
and remembered her, and it
Yeah.
happened when the closet man came out of the closet.
Man, yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
then it showed up.
I think it's like a
I
season
think-
1 thing. I don't think it ever happened,
Yeah.
but
I think it.
yeah. But it
Yeah.
works like it's fine.
Let's just
And-
praise Delenn. I love that actress so much. She's so good.
She's so good.
Yeah, you haven't heard me say this, I think, Ian, but I'm a little bit in love with Delenn. Like, she's one of my favorite characters, just
Oh yeah.
not just in Babylon 5, like just one of my favorite characters in
Mm-hmm.
fiction. So, yeah.
I am pretty far ahead at this point, and I this is why it's all blurry. I just this is again like another little kid Ian thing. Is it the same? It's the same episode
Which one?
with old Delenn, where she
Yes,
comes.
where she comes in, and
Yeah.
she's like, John Sheridan was a good man, and then she like
and
goes
you came
to
all
leave.
the way to say that?
You came just as far to say less. Like, what the fuck? It's such a yes. Sorry, I love that episode so fucking much.
Ah,
Yeah.
she's so good.
Mhm.
But she's doing Jenga. Is there anything else with her in this episode? Does she only get that one scene?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, which
She's
is
like,
just so great. Again,
It's
like
great, yeah.
great writing to just like throw her in one scene and tell
Mhm.
us so much.
so
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
She knows
Yeah.
the shadows are here. I imagine she like ran from me. Oh, sorry. Connection that why the Vorlon came after. She probably went and talked to Kosh and was like,
Yes,
and that's why he was looking
picking
for
up the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So sorry, I never made that connection before to that. That's why I got so excited. So,
Yep.
so yeah, that's Delenn.
Jakar, Londo.
Yeah,
We don't have
talked-
Veer. We don't have Linear.
Sinclair.
Sinclair.
So Sinclair's main thing in this episode, I mean, he does like his Captain-y, boom, boom, just get the guns, whatever. But his main thing, I think, is asking Garibaldi for help, and then it being revealed that he's the dude that the Centauri, the Minbari picked. And we're gonna get like a further exploration of that. Another dude's gonna come in to try and stir shit. What episode is it? I don't remember. I think it might be 2 episodes from now, or 3. Eyes. I think it's Eyes. Where somebody else comes and they're like, he's really mad that Sinclair got the job, and he basically accuses him of being a spy again.
Is that the bomb one?
The bomb? I don't.
Isn't there a bomb threat? And it turns out that
there-
they're also.
There
maybe
is
I'm
a
wrong.
bomb one. There's a couple. I mean, there was one a couple episodes
Yeah.
ago, but there is one later with Sheridan where there's just a guy who blows stuff up.
Here's a question with Sheridan, and I forgot that have we set up, and this one goes to Morden, have we set up the expedition company?
Yes.
Is that
We've
who-
mentioned them.
yeah.
We've mentioned them.
Okay,
They,
so
they
they
were
are.
Yeah, they were the dudes who were looking for they were the dudes who brought basically the infection dude, like the guy in the cockroach Vader suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so
right, and but we have not connected, of course, to Morden yet because we don't know that Morden disappeared on one of these things. But we have this semi-evil archaeology.
yes, we have evil archaeology
Space
has definitely been introduced. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah. Sorry, the show's there's so many threads and so many things like that you don't realize how much he's seeded until you do a rewatch. It is very real time in that way where you go back and you're like, hey, you mentioned that in episode 2 of season 1. What the fuck are you talking about? Like that's yeah, it's really fun. Okay, so Sheridan, Ivanova, Sinclair, Sinclair, Ivanova, Kosh, Londo, Veer, Jakar, and Morden. I mean, Morden, they are right. He definitely does come back. They are definitely right about that. Yes.
Wow, he's worth the wait.
Very much so. Very much so. He has such a good, like he's the perfect vibe for it.
He really does. He really the acting all around in this particular episode was like top notch. I felt like Sinclair really like just like grounded into, this is what the show is, and this is who I am, and this is what it's about, as opposed to like, I'm playing a captain, which he still kind of did once in a while up until this point. It just feels like this is like, it so much clicks into place here. It's great. It's really great.
It really does.
And, it's easy to make fun of, is like, it's the same thing with the Next Generation, where it's like, they're people and they're just sitting down and talking, but I love it. And going to the comfort that he's showing in the role is like they can just sit and hold a conversation. It can be like, this is what's going on the ship. What's going on with you? Kind of like, and then, to pull, it's a very comfy place to be in general with television for me, is to like, just be like, it's sci-fi where people sit down and talk about things. Because there's gonna be fighting later on. He gets up on the bridge and he says, "Close the blast doors," and I go, "Close the blast doors."
Yes,
right.
No, it's all good. The one thing I did bring this up during the Zocalo, but I just thought it was such a cool the way JMS worded it is we've got the shadows and the it's not the shadows at this point, it's Morden versus Kosh, and you automatically do not trust Morden. Although he has literally done nothing. He walked around, smiling, and he helped Londo, who we like. And then there's Kosh, who has basically just fucked he's done bad stuff, but we trust him, just automatically. And it's an interesting.
And JMS talks about how he really loves that. That kind of storytelling. It's funny though, because here's what it reminded me of when you sent me that quote, Jenny. So when I was back when I was acting in the days when I was acting, I was playing some nice character, and I look nice. I can't help it. I just look like a goody two shoes. And so me playing a nice character is completely not interesting because I'm playing to the type that I am. And it was always the most fun when I got to play a dark character, whether it was just in a scene study class or actually on stage or something. But it's really fun when you get to play somebody who's it's surprising because I look like I should be the girl next door, and actually I'm playing something that's darker, not like a vixen, but darker. So this is a different version of that, but in writing, which is you write this character who speaks in riddles, which makes him not just it doesn't really even make him enigmatic. It makes him a dick because Talia's what the fuck are you saying? Stop talking like this, and then he gets into her head and he makes her have literal pain, and she's dealing with all of these horrible memories and traumatic things coming up. And then, and then he enigmatically shows up and says something and doesn't give anybody a straight answer about anything. And we love him. We want him to keep coming back, and we totally are we trust you with our lives, Mr.
Kosh, man.
Completely not. Yeah. It's really fascinating. And Morden, we from the beginning, Morden is don't trust him.
I do want to bring something up. Just because people answered the hour of scampering in the comments, and I never thought of this before until people said it in the comments. Probably rush hour, shift change, because he's
in the
hour of longing. The hour of longing, lunchtime. That's probably what it is. He's I don't know what to call these times. So there you go. Scampering.
You little answer, scampering.
Scampering.
It's shift change and lunchtime. That's what it is.
Yes, I love it. You're right. It's great.
Oh, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kosh, you're right. And he does. Well, I don't mean to gender him, but he shows up as
they always
his
say
dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right.
And that's the thing is Kosh has this strange arc where we learn that there are failings, and then comes back to basically apologize and try and right some wrongs.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a good person though.
Well, there's Kosh, and then there's Kosh 2.0, who is just
the bad Kosh,
unapologetically bad. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The Kosh in name only.
His name, by the way, Kosh 2.0, I only know because I've finally gotten around to starting reading the Babylon 5 novels. I've only read one, but Kosh 2.0's name is Ulkesh. So,
Ulkesh?
Yeah, that's his actual name.
Is it Kesh or is it still Kosh? Or is it
it's
Kesh with an E?
I think it's E, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ulkesh.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you there's something clever there that my little brain is too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Or that's JMS level clever, which might be too clever for all of us.
Perhaps.
Which I say affectionately as someone who likes to fit clever things that other people don't understand in my writing as well. Yeah.
Did we watch Sense8? Side note.
I have not watched Sense8. That is a JMS show, though. He wrote that with the Wachowskis.
It's a strong recommend, and they did finish it. And it's, maybe I should save this for a plug or something, but just if you're a Babylon 5 fan, I think you'll get a lot out of it. It's messy. It's very messy, and it resolves itself in a rushed way. But like, you can even see the seeds of like, you're like, oh, they're gonna go. They can't, obviously, because it gets cut short. But yeah, it's worth a watch if you are jonesing for something.
Some more. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been on my list of things to watch for a while. Anything else before 2 hours? Holy shit! Anything else?
The longest one so far.
Yes.
Nothing from me.
No, I know. I think, this is completely unrelated but related. Have you talked about Nancy?
Nancy?
Have we? Has she even shown? Yes.
The one on TV?
The reporter who's on the TV reporter?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, Jenny and I have talked about her privately.
Yes.
I don't think we have talked about her on the podcast yet, though.
Because I forgot to mention her on the episode that she was on, and I was mad that I forgot to mention her on that episode because I really want them to pay attention to her. I mentioned it. Yeah, you put her in the thumbnail.
And then I put her in the thumbnail. I put her in the thumbnail just for fun. So when that's the episode that drops this week, I think. But she'll be in the thumbnail. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's I like that.
Oh, I mentioned her in the next episode, just as like, noticed that this reporter has been in 2 episodes so far, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hoping
that they have not latched onto that at all yet.
No.
It's wonderful that it's an arc. And they're too young. That's the thing, though, is like, I feel bad calling her. She has a real name, but she's Nancy Operator here at the Disney Channel. And like so many other things.
Yes. I did not know that. I literally was guessing because I was like, who else could be Nancy? Why do I?
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is okay. Yeah,
okay.
No.
Ian and I had a conversation about her like 2 years ago, right, Ian? The first time we talked about her, probably.
Yes, yeah, mind blowing for my little sister and I because we're sitting there watching it with our parents, and then we're like, who is this person? And then it takes having the internet decades later, and then being like, no, and the what is it? Not. Is ENN? What was it? CNN? What do they call their global interstellar?
ISN?
ISN?
Interstellar News. Yeah, Interstellar News, ISN.
Yes. And that is the person who every season would pitch you should pay for the Disney Channel, which again is like such a strange old part of television.
Wow.
And she's just an actress. She's not a real operator here at the Disney Channel. She's being paid to perform as one. Yeah. And then she is the news anchor that we follow for the entire series.
So I did not put the 2 and 2 together yet, Ian, and you told me this ages ago, but as soon as you said Nancy, I was like, oh my God, the Nancy thing, the Nancy of it all. Yes.
I did not know that at all. That is brand new information. Wow.
It's wild. But thank you. That was my last Babylon 5 bit.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite arcs throughout the show, just because it hits so hard when she comes back. Yeah. So
let us hope.
Yeah.
We don't live to see it.
Mm-hmm. I know. There's a lot of things in this show that feel prescient. Like there was there was something that happened quite recently in Iran where they were being bombed, and there was an actual shot.
Oh God.
Of a woman delivering the news and the amount of times I saw people posting it on Reddit. I was actually worried at that time. Oh my gosh, is Gus gonna stumble across this, where they were showing that like a thing that just happened in real life alongside the scene from Babylon 5 as like, holy shit, like this is happening. It's like,
little people with big problems.
Yep.
I don't.
Yep. And on that very pleasant note, thank you so much for joining us, Ian, and I hope you do come back. We don't necessarily keep you for longer than 2 hours each time.
Yes, we don't always go this long. No.
But thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for watching and listening. And you can like and subscribe and rate and review us. And Patreon for unedited reactions. And I think I'm done with all the promo stuff. So there you go. Thank you all, and Babble On.
Babble On!
Babble On.